3, 2, 1, and we are back in the room for a special infomercial from the lovely Arissa.
Hello, my dears, and welcome to Arissa's infomercial. You may know me as the Blonde Buxom Bard, and I am here to announce the Carnal Eclipse sexual pornographic community. Yes. If you attend the Carnal Cute Sexy parties, then we will cater to your every desire. Do you want hot dogs thrown at your face? We will do that for you. Trust me, these are parties you don't want to miss.
I think the gifts that go along with this are the best things ever. Did you miss my hot breath in your ear?
I do not ever want to hear that back. But if you want some hot breath.
And
So, I thought by closing my eyes it would make the experience better, as in, it would not be as... Kind of enjoyed that.
I should note that I put a very sexy picture of sexy Brickens up during that, because I didn't have time to find a sexy picture of Arissa.
I didn't find a GIF with despair enough, so I just went for Power Rangers, because Power Rangers.
So,
Why would somebody make that? I thought I had seen everything, apparently not.
welcome
But you know,
guys.
people can still disappoint me.
Welcome to the Tuesday party, where everything is exactly according to plan. The plan is, there is no plan. It's a quote, a very beautiful DM I once saw on the internet. Do I look like a guy with a plan to you? Like, no, I don't come to these sessions with a plan. I come to these sessions with an idea, maybe 2 at most, and then they do the rest for me. Because quite frankly, that's how it should be. A player creates a world for the players, and the players completely destroy it. And that is how it should be. And why are there pictures of sex toy mouths with tongues on my screen?
You want some more? Here, have the MV.
Oh my god. So, I'm just going to let the erotic music in. There we go. I'm going to put that on at the end of the session so we can carry on with the erotic music to play us out at the
Ugh,
end.
I hate the SMR so much, dude. Ugh.
I think I discovered today that I like it.
You're alone. You're very alone.
Good.
Meanwhile, so we are back to the top of the round, and feeling surprisingly more hot-breathed and excited. You guys, once again, against this Hellhound, which is looking decidedly worse for wear. We are back up to Varric and your, I was about to say Pumas, Panthers. Well, like, fairly similar to look at, I suppose, Pumas. Yes, sorry, Varric. And you're now 7 Panthers remaining. What would you like to do?
First off, I'd like to take both of my attack actions, so that I won't forget again.
Okay.
I'll aim for the eyes.
Alright!
Wait, that panther, or that hellhound is still alive, right?
Yes.
Okay, in that case I attack it with both, careful shoot. Yeah. 23 and 28.
Okay, they will both hit.
Okay, in that case I need 2 DC 15 con saves.
Con saves, yeah. Okie dokie.
Yep.
That is a 17 and a 9.
Okay, so one passes, the other doesn't. Okay. That's 25 normal damage, piercing,
Okay.
and 2 psychic damage.
2 psychic damage.
And for the second attack, that he resisted the psychic attack.
Okay.
That's 25. Yeah, 25 piercing damage.
Okay. That the score I gave you before was an average of random numbers. Where are you attacking the doggo?
Well, I was in front of it because I attacked him. Now I'm aiming.
Okay. And just sort of generally up and through. Cool. Okay, dokies. Oh, hang on. Let me just double check my maps on that one. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Very nearly. Very, very nearly. Alright. It's looking quite literally on its last legs. Would you want to do your Panther's attacks?
Yep. Let me quickly see. I'll roll. I have 40-20. Shall I just roll?
You can do 4 and take an average if you want.
Awesome. Now how to take an average. That involves maths.
Well, if you want, you can just say we've got 2 lots of each. So if you rolled a 1, a 5, a 7, and a 9, then we can say you got 2 1s, 2 5s, 2 7s, 2 9s.
Okay. I rolled. I'm typing along as well to make sure we.
That's alright, we're enjoying cats attack memes at the moment. I love that the kid just falls over like, there's a cat on my back! No!
They always fall in those big ass costumes for kids.
This is what happens when you put your kid in a Snuggie. What did you expect? What did you expect?
Stability.
Okay, so 1, 2. So 6 of them are going to succeed, Varric. So you can do, you can either roll damage once and they can all do the same, we'll just times it by 6. Or if it's terrible, you can roll it a second time, we'll times it by 6.
I'll do that. They're all biting, by the way.
Okay, although I'm not going to lie, Varric, if the total is more than 14, you've killed it.
Okay, that's 5 per hit.
So there's just a gif of a cat very slowly attacking a guy's knee, and it's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like, chomp!
I mean, the cat warned the guy. He kind of deserved it.
What is your total, Varric?
30. Let me see.
It's over 14, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
30
cool.
total.
The Panthers rip apart the last of this doggo, and if it was a normal doggo, it would be bleeding out, but instead it sort of crumbles into like blocks of coal, and just sort of like crumbles into a pile of sort of like smouldering ash and coal on the floor.
I pet the little fluffs.
So, you guys are now out of combat. However, you still have one of them that is running away, being compelled by the fear, although it can no longer see you, Hannibal, so you can drop the fear and it'll probably just continue off where it is, sniffing other people. Arissa, you still have the other one in front of you. What would you like to do?
I want to make friends.
What?
Okay, those of you who've been fighting this Hellhound, you turn around and Hannibal, you see your one has run away. The other one has turned into a pile of
Stop having it.
pile of ash, essentially. So yeah, you have Arissa scritching the belly of another hell beast.
I'm gonna imagine them all turn around and be like, "What are you doing?" I made friends.
So yeah, what would you guys like to do?
The therapist is just going to look at it. You tame it, you feed it.
She just kind of salutes at him, just like, "Gotcha."
In the meantime, I'm after Panthers.
what was that last bit, Varric?
I'm pitting the 7 leftover panthers.
Okay. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. They all happily take the pets and walk alongside you. How long do they last, Varric?
They last... The open my spellbook. An hour, unless concentration breaks.
Okay, cool. Best gift ever, just rearranging kittens. Stay in a line, god damn it! Alright, so, Varric, you have them. You've still got 7. Okay, Varric still has 7 panthers for an hour. So,
Can I glance?
so yeah, you've got Arissa scratching the tummy of this doggo, and it seems to be fairly responsive. Yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Tertius will look at the others and go, shall we get a move on before anyone shows up?
That would probably be wise.
Good plan.
Having attack hellhounds could prove to be useful. And so maybe attracting more isn't that big of an issue.
Yeah, we can all have one!
If you want to figure out if Ragnar is joking, make an insight check.
Hey, good boy.
I'm gonna assume that Ragnar being honest there.
And I was going to turn towards the 2 demons, which we've been ignoring so far, and just... is it trainable?
Yeah, that sort of looks and well, I can't see why not. Braken's in his marvellous pink dress, looking like RuPaul, sort of puts his hands on his hips and does a pose and flicks his hair and says, anything is possible if you put in enough hard work. And Tiamat jumps in and goes, that's probably a yes, I would say. And he sort of looks at the dog and sort of goes, yeah, seems to like you enough. If you give it incentive to be loyal to you, then sure.
Oh my god, yes, that is.
Oh god, no, why? How? When?
Okay, he doesn't look like RuPaul anymore. He looks like Lady Gaga at the Met Gala.
Okay.
So Arissa's gonna just kind of look up with really bright, wide eyes, looking freaking adorable. Like, can I keep him?
If he bites you even once, he's dust.
Or he will play me really. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
Is he even gonna be able to go up with us? I mean...
Braken sort of lifts a hand and goes, survived in the mortal realm. Hello.
I suspected as much. You may have him during this time we're in this place. Then you're probably going to have to leave him. Or he is going to die. You don't want the doggy to die.
Yes, that is exactly what he looks like, only less cute. Nah, he's cute.
Anyways, should we not get a move on? We still need that shard. And it's mighty hot in here. And I'm not talking about the cross-dressing demon over there.
I think you'll find you are.
I assure you I am not. Pink makes you look fat.
He eyes you and just winks and goes, pink makes me look fabulous. Come on then, you lot.
No, it just makes you look fat.
He just laughs. And they, I love all these gifts. Slings an arm around Tiavat again, and they both sort of creep forwards. The pass without a trace can continue.
It's already cancelled.
In which case, it will not. So, you guys, essentially, you've got, I'm not going to say you've only got, like, 3 choices. You can choose how you'd like to proceed. Essentially, what you've got in front of you is a vast space of land. Anywhere near the palace is over 500 feet away. In between you and the palace, there is fighting demons in the sky and on the ground. There are groups of like little ones like rushing at each other. There are just sort of scrapping ones that look like they're just having their own sort of fights. There are roads and paths, but a lot of them seem to have been blasted apart. There's a lot of sort of craters in the ground. It does remind you a little bit of Trevice, like where the ground has sort of started to open up and been blasted away. There's lots of magic and spells being fought back and forth. Any of the roads are essentially blocked either by caverns that have been created from blasts in the ground or by fighting groups of demons. You could try and sneak. There are lots of rocks and things. You could try and stick to cover. It will take you longer because you'll have to go all the way sort of essentially round the outside of all this fighting. You could try and fight your way through the middle. You could pick your battles with various different groups and try and literally fight your way through the centre. I'm not going to list you off a million different ways you could do it. Essentially, the palace, 500-600 feet away, you've got fighting demons, you've got rocks, you've got... Essentially, the ground is quite rocky and flames are there instead of grass. You've also got lava pools and fountains and things. You've got occasional houses and dwellings and settlements. The remnants of a city in front of the palace. However, it's all been sort of blasted apart and things have been knocked down as the fighting is carried on. So, how would you guys like to try and get there? The palace is your end goal.
I've put my suggestion forward.
Arissa is gonna walk close to him.
I would like to make myself over to look like a demon and then just walk up with Good Boy on my side.
Is that his new name? Good boy.
Yes.
Okay. And
Hannibal is just gonna sigh and pray that they don't find any firing bears she may imprint upon.
Make friends with all the demonic creatures.
Okay, Arissa, you can do a performance check with advantage to make over yourself. And Varric, you would like for you and the Panther boys to sneak around, because they're sneaky as well. Yep. And Vatheritas will follow like an extremely pissed bodyguard. Okay, so 30, Arissa, you have never looked more demonic in your life. You're a damn good demon.
This is confusing.
That's the best security
Varric
ever.
does not like the demon Arissa.
Okay. And you want to keep... Well, it's a good thing that you want to be sneaky because you can keep your distance from her. So, given that that's what you'd like to do, I'll put them all together and say, if you want to put all those together as a plan, then Arissa could walk looking like a demon with the demon boy. Tiavat and the maid over Brakens can go with her. Arissa and Doggo. Varric and the Panthers can sneak quite close by but be more stealthy. The Theritas, you can... The Theritas, who would you like to follow? Would you like to follow Arissa or would you like to follow Varric and be sneaky?
He'll be following Arissa. He knows this. No hope in Hades of him sneaking.
Okay.
Arissa's gonna turn to Brakens and Tiavat and be like, so I don't speak demon, so if anyone tries to talk to me, I'm just gonna pretend like I'm too good to speak to them. And I need you guys to translate, please.
Oh, alright.
Okay.
So, how exactly are your brothers still alive? How are we going to escape both of them inside the palace?
Just to check, Ragnar, would you like to sneak with Varric, or would you like to go with the rest of the people following Arissa? You may be BRBing. We will come back to Ragnar in a moment. Oh, yeah.
I did not realise I had my microphone muted because I am a plonker.
The ice cream was just too good.
So, I think Ragnar is going to go down the stealth route because he is a half-elven fucking paladin. He's going to stick out like a sore thumb otherwise.
Okay, so you're gonna stealth.
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't have heavy armor, so he doesn't get a disadvantage, I don't think.
Okay.
This is your formal welcome.
Say again, sorry.
This is your formal stealth. Your formal welcome to the stealth group.
Welcome, join us. We have badges and ribbons. It's amazing. Okay, so Ragnar is going to stealth with Varric and the Panthers, and everybody else, I'm going to say that Apricity will stick with the main body of the party, and Regia will go there too. Marvellous. Okay, so you guys press on forwards. Oh my god, the best memes ever. Where is that from? I know that show.
That's... Oh shit, it's with the island.
Is that Disney show? Oh my god.
I feel like it might be iCarly, but I don't know.
No, it's not.
Is it?
Iconic.
Isn't those part of those wizard brothers or something? Isn't she the daughter?
You mean Wizards of Waverly Place?
Yeah.
No,
Or
that's
am I
not-
tripping?
I don't think that's her. I like how we're just like, let's take a couple of minutes to try and figure out this gift.
Let's figure out this gift. What is this?
I haven't
Isn't
seen
the
like
title
actual
Night
people
Squad?
Disney shows in a while. Only animation, so I don't know. I see new faces on Disney merchandise all the time, but I just don't care.
I love it. So
It is
I mean, it's literally a show called Night Squad, so...
love it.
Yeah.
So we've got
I'm not
about
watching it.
ooh, 10-15 minutes before we all finish, and I'll send you all to bed. So you guys push on forward. So the two of you who are sneaking, can you do stealth checks? And Varric, could you please do me 7 stealth checks for your Panthers as well?
Okay. But in that case, it might be quicker to find a dice roll. Okay, that's...
I feel like this dice is gonna fuck me over, but no, I'm putting my trust in it. It's gonna go well.
Famous last words of the paladin doing a stealth check.
Ba-da-da-da.
I need 7...
Already.
That, I think.
Specify.
Okay, 15 for Ducky Wucky, not bad. Varric's now doing maths for all of his Panthers, sorry. But in my defence, you chose to bring them.
How many?
7.
31 for
Oh,
Varric,
plus
yep. So you two are sneaky fuckers.
Oh wait, that might be the modifier only once. Okay, one of them crit failed. Wait. 8.
So that's an 8, a 14, a 16, a 16, a 6, and a 21.
So 1. Well, yep. Yeah. And then you said
Do you like complicated
a
maths?
6?
Do you like speaking in character every
6.
so often? Do you
Yeah.
like working out how
Right.
much you can do in a round based on bonus actions and
A
actions?
14,
Try D&D. It might just be for you.
2 16s,
16.
and a 21.
Okay. Wow, and that one 5, 6, 8, 4, 6. Okay, cool. Alrighty. A couple of them will slip as they're walking sort of through these rocks and through the terrain, and they will take... these are the ones who got a 5, 6, and an 8.
Yeah.
Each of them will take 13 points of damage just from...
They blink out of existence.
Aww. Okay, so those 3... Alright, so hang on, that was 5, 6, and 8.
Yeah.
So you're down to 4 panthers. The nat 1 steps in the wrong direction entirely and gets spotted by a spined winged creature flying overhead, spurting fire angrily, and it will attack. Does a 16 hit?
Yep, but if that one also took 13 damage, dead already, because the nat one...
I know, the 3 that took the damage, they slipped as they were walking. The nat 1 has walked out into plain sight.
Okay, but
so he...
It's the 5, so there's only 2 that took damage then, the 6 and 8? Just for me to understand which ones disappear.
Yes, sorry, the 2.
Okay, yeah, then it makes sense again. Yeah,
That's fine. Sorry, the nat 1 equals the 5, sorry. It takes 6... No, wait. I added that completely wrong. What's the roll on my first one? 3. It takes 18 points of fire damage.
It poofs out of existence.
It makes me sad. Okay, so you're down to... Sorry, you were down to 5 doggos, so you're now down to the 4 doggos. I preemptively eliminated the 4th doggo. Okay, so... Panthers times 4. But other than that, it's a very successful sneak. You guys continue sneak. The rest of you who are walking in plain sight, you have a choice. Those of you who are sneaking, you can sort of sneak between the rocks to stay in their line of sight. You guys can go off towards the right, which is where a lot of little impy-like sort of demonic creatures that look like they might be sort of like underlings, like they're not quite big enough to be important, but they are still demonic, are sort of scrapping and fighting. There's probably about a dozen of them on either side, so about 20, 24 altogether, and they're all scrapping. They do seem preoccupied by having a big scrap, but there is a lot of them. Or you can go to the left and you can try to get past 2 very large winged creatures who are fighting in the air about 60 feet up. Again, they seem fairly preoccupied. There are only 2 of them and they are above you. However, they're quite large and they look very important and like they could do quite a lot of damage. So it's up to you guys. Where would you like to go? Would you like to go right towards the group? Not into the group, obviously. You can try and avoid them. Or you would like to go left and pass under the 2 fighting ones in the sky.
Vitheritus will gesture towards...
Towards the what?
Vitheritus will gesture roughly towards the... Okay, that's for... But he's leaving it to Arissa, since she theoretically looks like she's in charge.
Wait, what? You're letting the bard in charge?
Yep.
Well, you are walking ahead of even Tiavat and Bracken. I like this. Sorry, I just read this. Vitheritas can play golf using the hammer as a club and the imps as golf balls. I like it. As plans go, it's a solid plan.
Okay, so is Kuboya my son? Is he following me?
Yeah, he's walking next to you.
Yeah, he's my good boy. I give him a quick little scratch on the ears before I continue. I'm so happy. So, what are the choices?
You can go right towards the group of 20 to 24 scrapping imps. They seem quite distracted amongst themselves, but they are on the ground and they seem lesser. So individually they won't do as much damage, but there is sort of like a horde of them. They seem to be attacking each other. So you can go quite close to them and try and avoid those. Or you can go to the left and you can pass along the ground, but you'll have to go underneath 2 fighting winged demons. Again, they seem fairly distracted with their own fight, but they seem quite big and large, imposing demons, and should they spot you, they could do more damage. But they are about 60 feet up in the sky, again, distracted with their own fight. So you've got to the right, the group of little ones scrapping. We've got to the left, the 2 in the sky fighting.
Arissa's just going to turn around and be like, Guys.
Vitheratus will gesture towards the small.
Does everybody agree with that? Okay then.
Alright, so are you going to lead them towards the group of small ones?
Yeah, we'll just kind of walk on past, just kind of pretending to ignore them. Like she's too good to even pay attention.
Okay, Arissa, do me a performance check. Why do I even ask her to do these anymore? Like, why? Why do I ask the bard to do performance? Alright. How are you trying to appear, Arissa? You are fully disguised, you're fully believable. How would you like to appear as you're walking past?
Just kind of almost like she's not even looking at anything. She's probably a pride demon in this makeup. So I'm too good for everyone. I'm too pretty. The fact that I'm even here is just a benefit to all of you.
I like it. Okay.
It's beneath me, but you should enjoy it while it lasts.
Okay. You successfully give off this aura. Those of you who are walking behind Arissa, you definitely notice a change in her attitude and her general character and mannerisms as she's walking along. Her performance definitely kicks in. She is walking with her head held high, her shoulders back, full demon mode. It's probably a very good idea, Varric, that you are nowhere close. She's definitely picking up on the hints of all the demons you've ever met, including Bracken's the first time. You guys are, if you didn't know who she was, you two would be utterly convinced. As are the little imp creatures as you go past. Some of them that are closer to you pause in their scrapping as you go past. One of them even sort of half scuttles out of your way. Particularly seeing the Hound next to you. The Sassamorph is going crazy! The Sasquatch. The aura of you're below me, even at this distance, frightens Varric. Yes, I think it probably does, Varric.
Honestly, Hannibal at this point just looks at her and thinks she's imitating her.
I'm going to say Hannah takes credit.
So, are we ending it here?
I will say that you guys do successfully pass the group of scrapping demons. Again, Hannibal and Betheritas, as you go past, you can hear scraps. The language these creatures are using, again, it's a combination of abyssal, infernal, and some sort of weird, deep language you can't quite comprehend. But again, you can make out bits of what they're saying, but it's very, very basic. It's almost it's the language of almost like they would be illiterate. They almost 99.999% cannot read or write, and it's very simplistic language. But essentially, there is no, no, and you've got like traitor and no. Essentially, is what's going on. But they are scrapping and fighting, and you see a few of them like rip each other's throats out and bite each other's jaws off as you go past. They're quite sassy little, like the dumbest motherfucker ever lived. I love the gift; it's beautiful. How we will leave the session is that you guys get up to what was once the gates of the palace. It takes a long bit of walking, but you do manage to skirt around these big fights that are going on currently. The rest of them seem to be off further towards the other side of the palace. And the big gates have collapsed. They are huge, made of massive dark stone around the edges, and the gates themselves are entwined out of a dark, flamey red metal, entwined into different shapes. However, they've sort of bent and collapsed in on themselves with the weight of the huge black tower made of dark stone that has crumbled across them. The back half of the palace seems to be intact, sort of with the castle-like towers and things. However, the front has been blasted down and is currently a big mass of crumbled stuff. I will leave you guys trying to decide how on earth you're going to get in. And that is where we shall end today's session.
Next session is going to be interesting.
Okay. I will chuck you all your XP in a moment. However, I believe that I need to end the session on the remainder of the sexy infomercial music. So here it comes. It's called Smooth Lovin'.
Yeah, because it runs through until.
There we go. Just gonna. There we go. Smooth lovin' for you all. There we go. Lovely. So guys, thank you for listening to the Tuesday session of Blunders and Bothwellians, the Winter Witch edition. This has been the Tuesday party of Carnal Eclipse, living up to their name every week. Carnal Eclipse, living up to their name. If everybody here would like to say tatty bear to the recording, I will turn the recording off and let this smooth jazz play us out. So until next time everybody, thank you for playing Tatty Bear. Goodbye to all our thousands and thousands of listeners, etc. And have a good evening. So, Tatty Bear, everybody.
Tatty bear.